Hi, I'm Nadine. I'm 16. No makeup on either, so be nice to that. I know I don't look the greatest right now, but not even the point. I wanted to make this because I know there's a lot of teenagers in the world that are just going through a really hard time, and I really want to like reach out to those that are really having a hard time because I know what it's like. I might be really like I look happy and stuff, but I have a secret. And that secret is for as long as I can remember, I've had a serious anxiety and depression disorder. It started when I was about 4. My life was always complicated, and well, I've gone through a lot. Um, I lived. I've never really had a family. I've always had my mom and I, and she's been my world. She's helped me out through a lot and everything. And but when we moved, I moved from the Bay Area, and she, well, sorry. Okay. So when we moved to my little town that I live in, we lived with an older man, and he was kind of my father figure because I've never had a dad. And that was really hard for me because growing up, I didn't really understand what the difference was. So, sorry, I'm also kind of sick right now. I didn't really understand it. So, I mean, growing up, I was taught that if I said something wrong or if I did something wrong, I would get punished for it. I mean, which is normal for every kid, but um, he always was drunk all the time, and I went to school with bruises all over my body from him, which was really hard for me. And he held me down a lot, and while he did it, and it was just really hard because I felt helpless, and that went on for about until I was 10 years old, and it really transformed me. I now I'm really claustrophobic from it. I can't be in a room with a lot of people. I can't look at certain guys. I always feel like it's just a lot of pressure on myself, and it gives me a lot of anxiety. So from that, I became a very quiet person. And all through elementary school, I didn't have a lot of friends because I didn't know how to talk to people because I didn't want to say something wrong. So um, it was really hard, and not having my mom there either was really hard because um, she was my only family, so I really felt alone. I didn't know how to like explain how I felt. I didn't really tell anyone because I didn't feel like they'd understand. So, um, my freshman year was hard. I couldn't like really fit in with everyone because I didn't really talk. Um, I kept to myself all the time, and I mean, I did have a best friend. She helped me out through a lot, but I soon lost her, and then I felt more alone than anything. It was really hard for me because I didn't feel like anyone really cared for me. And sophomore year, because I didn't really have family, I mean, I felt like I never knew what true happiness was. I was always like a really quiet kid. I never did anything. I mean, I built a wall between myself and my reality, and it really got to me at times and other days. And when I was younger, I didn't really think it was anything. So my sophomore year was harder. I just was really hating school, and um, I got into drugs and alcohol. And because of it, I lost something that I would never have thought would happen to me. Um, I lost my virginity to someone I didn't even know, which sounds like, oh, she's a slut, wow, she gets around, but it's not really the case. I was really intoxicated, and I couldn't take it back. It was the worst night of my life, and it really changed how I look at myself. A lot of people are saying, oh, she's a slut, and then I really began to hate my self image. And people don't understand that. I'm not the type of person to just get with any guy. I respect myself. So it was really hard to always hear that from people, and I started to more distance myself from people, and then I really began to feel alone. And I feel like I could never fit in, and I feel like I had so many flaws that I couldn't fix ever. And I never told anyone how I felt, and I feel like I was just losing touch with myself. And junior year, which was this year, I began to cut myself and began to burn. And I really just hated myself, and I didn't really feel like I wanted to live. And I didn't think anyone would really miss me. I felt like I was just in the way. I didn't feel like I mattered to anyone. I would just feel like I was the cause of problems. I didn't really feel like I had a place in the world. And I mean, still to this day, I do feel that way, and it is very hard for me to overcome. And at times, I do feel like sorry, I'm sick, kind of gross. But I mean, to this day, I still feel like really alone, and I look back at all my past things, and I just feel like people used me all the time, and it is very hard. And I understand where people are coming from, and I know that feeling of just hating yourself and wanting to end everything, but let me tell you that suicide is a very serious thing, and you do matter to the world. Even if you don't feel like it, there's always one person or two or three that would do anything for you. Don't lose hope. I have been through quite a lot in my life, but I'm probably not explaining it too well in detail to really magnify what's going on in my head. But that whole feeling of empty, I felt like I was just numb to everything, like to reality, to life, to school. I just felt like I was floating along. So it is definitely hard, but just know that if you're in the same shoes as me, that you do matter. And it only takes time before you can really heal yourself. So try to love who you are, because if you can't love yourself, then nobody else can. So stay strong. Love you all. Bye.